Overall, 2015 was a very strange year for WWE. It had some amazing matches, some outstanding character development, some great main event pushes, and some new stars really coming to the forefront. But for every great moment they had, it seems like 3 horrible moments popped up. Real-life events occurring in direct contradiction to storylines, the injury bug hit like crazy this year, and of course, simply bad booking. My name is JK Calloway, and this is Hashtag Skirmish Presents Top 10 WWE Storylines That Should Happen in 2016. Number 10, a new club. Well, there's some new people coming in, and they happen to be coming from the East. Along with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, Carl Machine Gun Anderson and Doc Gallows are coming to WWE, and they should be here very, very soon, presumably going straight to NXT. Why NXT? Because an old buddy of theirs is there. Yes, everyone's talking about the reformation of the Bullet Club in NXT, but they knew Fertile Devitt, and he is now Finn Balor. And what if they're not terribly interested in joining Balor Club? What if instead they actually turn on their old running buddy and join forces with someone who doesn't care for Balor either? And I know all you're going to hate me for saying this, but what if they form Baron Club? I know at first I think everyone might hate it just a little bit, but Baron is actually pretty damn solid. He's turned into quite a talent, and a pretty damn good heel on top of it. So what if we put the old Bullet Club members alongside Baron Corbin to make Finn Balor have an even higher hill to climb? Honestly, they've been building this feud ever since Baron Corbin beat Apollo Crews at the last NXT TakeOver special, and this would line up perfectly for NXT Dallas, or maybe even perhaps WrestleMania itself. Number 9, Bully Campaign. Now the Dudley Boys are back in WWE, and their return has been met with outstanding booking. Part of it can be blamed on the New Day being so hot at the time, but frankly the Dudley Boys have been boring at best. Now given the injury bug that's going on right now, you have a number of top name superstars such as John Cena and especially Seth Rollins out right now. And it seems to me the WWE could certainly use a main event heel that they so desperately lack right now. And they happen to have one, they just don't seem to know his name. Now, they know him, and they know him as Bubba Ray, but his name is Bully Ray. Now, I understand that TNA is a whole other deal, but they gave him the ball and he ran with it as fast and hard as he could, and frankly, it was the only time I've really ever enjoyed TNA. So, WWE, he's there, you need him, give him the ball. Number 8, Divas Evolution. Now, I'm going to show you 2 belts here. The first one looks like a butterfly. The second one looks like an actual championship. Now, which one do you think is the one that every woman in WWE actually wants to win? If you said the one that looks like a girl bought it after getting her first earring put in, then sadly, you're right. In the mid to late 2000s, for some reason, WWE decided to get rid of its WWE Women's Championship in favor of the Divas Championship because they're no longer women, they're catty little schoolgirls. Now I get they started Total Divas and it's a big hit, but frankly that's a big hit because wrestling fans will watch anything wrestling related. And then the hashtag Give Divas a Chance came about, which was cool for about 5 minutes, but hashtag We Gave Divas a Chance, hashtag We Much Prefer Women, hashtag Cancel TNA Network. And honestly, as much as I like to bash Total Divas, it at least has more actual wrestling in it than last year's Tough Enough did. But I digress. The butterfly belt is an absolute abomination, especially given the state of things right now. Can you even tell that these women are athletes or just bedazzled things to look at that are pretty? And if this all seems like simple whining, think of it this way. The men are called superstars, the women are called divas. Men don't fight for the Superstars Championship, but women do fight for the Divas Championship. The butterfly belt has got to go this year. Number 7, the savior of Raw commentary. Now, ever since I have discovered Corey Graves when I got the network myself and watched all the backlog episodes, I really wish he didn't get hurt. He was a damn interesting character, and that Lucky 13 finisher of his, the way he put it on and the intensity was absolutely killer. But unfortunately, too many concussions forced him into early retirement, and he went to color commentary. Now, his first night was actually TakeOver R Evolution, the night that Kevin Owens debuted and then later turned on Sami Zayn. Arguably the best TakeOver special, and that's saying something. And frankly, you couldn't tell that he was new. He did a great job doing commentary, mostly heel commentary on top of that, which frankly they haven't had in a long time on any show. And if you consider JBL to be heel commentary, that's just depressing. He has done an outstanding job maintaining his character, even continuing to develop it, getting his own show on the network, which is actually damn interesting, and continuing to get better and better at the desk. Even surpassing someone who's been at the desk longer than he has. Wah, wah. I am still remarkably confused as to why Byron Saxton is calling Monday Night Raw. Isn't that supposed to be your flagship show? The guy has a personality about as exciting as a half-deflated birthday balloon. I mean, if the two guys you work with are constantly making fun of how terrible you are at your job while you're doing your job, that's a bit of an issue. I'm thinking it's time to give Corey Graves a shot at the Monday Night Raw desk. And if they're dead set on keeping Byron Saxton there because of some kind of interesting youth movement they're trying, that's fine too, because Corey's actually got a decent rapport with him when they're both on NXT or doing pre-shows. But one of those three does have to go, so maybe you could put Corey in the place of someone who would say Maggle all the time. Number 6, a secondary women's title. The quote-unquote Divas division has never been more stacked, pun very much intended. Even the women they have that aren't quite ready to come up to the main roster are really damn good. Having said that, the men all fight mainly for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, while the women fight for the Women's Championship. Now, if there's a man who's not quite ready to be the heavyweight champion yet, there's always the Intercontinental Champion, the United States Champion, the Tag Team Champion, the Money in the Bank winner, the King of the Ring, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, and apparently a brass ring. Now, women, if they're not ready to quite be the women's champion, there's always being a different valet for different guys every couple of months. Now, the amount of people they have right now, a tag team championship for women would be outstanding, but we all know WWE's not going to pull the trigger on that, so why not have a women's intercontinental championship or United States championship, something secondary, something that indicates that you're almost ready but not quite. Because frankly, right now, all we have is the women's championship or fighting over a man, which frankly in 2016 is not only lazy writing, but it's absolutely unacceptable. Number 5, Eastern Promises. We have a couple people coming to WWE, and one is announced to be at NXT TakeOver Dallas, and of course that is Shinsuke Nakamura. But another big name coming back sooner than later is Hideo Itami, who should be returning from injury anytime now. Now, a little background on Shinsuke Nakamura. He is known as the King of Strong Style, which basically means he will kick you in the head really goddamn hard. But bear in mind, Hideo Itami's no slouch in the kick department either. Both workers have worked each other many, many times, and they both work pretty damn snug, so there's a natural fear of them. What if they are both around and they are both healthy, they team up to take on the world? Now, I understand Hideo got pushed kind of to the sidelines when he teamed with Finn Balor, but it is a risk worth taking, because think of the amazing matches they could have with these guys. Number 4, Too Over to Lose. Bayley is more over than anyone's been over in the history of the word over. Kids love her because she's fun, parents love her because the kids love her, and smarks love her because she can work her ass off. Bayley is awesome. The issue is, who's going to take the strap away from her when it's time to move up to the main roster? Obviously, it's a little bit difficult to turn her heel at this point. It would take Herculean effort. But at the same time, with the other 4 horsewomen going up to the main roster, what heel do you have that can possibly give her a run? Alexa Bliss tried. Nia Jax is probably still too green. Eva Marie makes my soul cry. But what if there's someone who you could turn heel? I'm thinking Asuka. She's quickly becoming almost as over as Bayley, but if you don't think she could be a heel, maybe look back at her days as Kana. She was absolutely horrifying and looks like she would kill you for fun, and she could easily make that work stateside. Now, of course, I'd like a nice little run out of these two in NXT before Bayley went up to the main roster, because that would be an absolutely awesome program. Number 3, what's Samoa Joe? Roman Reigns must be harder to push than a bowel movement after a 3-week stay in Mexico. I feel really terrible for WWE's trouble with this because, frankly, they really want him over, but they keep pushing him as this powerhouse. And don't get me wrong, he's in damn good shape, but you put him next to guys like Brock Lesnar and The Rock, and it's pretty damn clear he's not a powerhouse. So how do you get him over the way you've been trying so far? Paul Heyman put him over like crazy before Mania last year, calling him a Samoan badass. Well, guess what, guys? You actually have a Samoan badass on your hands now. Samoa Joe. Hell, it wouldn't even need the authority to work. It would just write itself. Samoa Joe, busting his ass in the independents for years, pissed off at Roman Reigns because he got handed everything. And why? They're both the same nationality, the same background, whatever you want to talk about in this rivalry, but either way, it would put both guys over. Number 2, a bad girl. I believe Rowdy Piper said it best: if you are really good at being bad, eventually the crowd will cheer for you. And man alive, is that what they're doing for Sasha Banks now. And it is a bit of a problem because how many heels do they really have as far as the women are concerned? Charlotte's been doing a damn fine job lately as a heel champion, but who else do you have? The rest of Team Bad or Fine? WWE haven't decided what they wanted the Bellas to be for the past 3 years. So you really can't change Sasha into a face right now. You just can't afford to. You have too many faces. But you can tell that's what they're leaning toward, and they really can't do it. Sasha Banks is easily the best female heel they have on roster. Every NXT takeover for the past year that she was part of has been killer, mostly on account of her. And hell, the last NXT takeover that she main evented with Bayley, you could tell the crowd was going absolutely nuts for her. So how does she maintain still being a heel? She makes a little girl cry in the audience. Are you kidding me? That was both brilliant and horrifying. You can tell the crowd absolutely loves her because the crowd can tell that she absolutely loves this, and she loves being a heel. So, do not change that. I'm thinking take her out of Team Bad. If you keep her in there, I feel like the other two are just going to have to turn on her. That's the way storylines are going to have to go. So, how do you keep her a heel? Well, she could embrace her nerdy side, which she has a lot of, and join the New Day. That's right. They themselves are in the same kind of predicament. They're being so good at being bad that they're starting to get cheered like crazy. So put them together, make them despicable, make sure everyone in the audience actually hates them, and watch the numbers soar. Keep her heel. And yes, that was a shout out to Up Up Down Down. If you didn't get the reference and you're not following Up Up Down Down, do so immediately. Tyler Black and Kevin Steen have been good friends ever since their days in Ring of Honor. Now, if you are unfamiliar with any of those words that I just said, I feel sorry for you. Catch up on your shit. Now, since each one has been in WWE, they have had very successful careers so far, and they're both still crazy young. Seth Rollins first entered with The Shield alongside Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and lit the world on fire, and of course Kevin Owens, in his first official WWE match, beat John Cena. Storyline-wise, Rollins has been the right-hand man of the Authority, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, but of course, Rollins recently tore up his knee in all kinds of horrible ways, and will almost certainly be coming back as a babyface because, frankly, the work he did was outstanding. He always had great matches, and the crowd will respond to that. But how do you take him from just another babyface to the top babyface when he returns? Well, look to his old buddy, Kevin Owens. When Rollins comes back, I think he's going to want the approval of the Authority, but he will not get it because, of course, he got hurt, so he's now seen as weak, and they've chosen a new face of the future of the company, and that's Kevin Owens. It would be a very cool narrative. It would make Owens a top heel, it would make Rollins a top baby, and they could take that feud anywhere they wanted because they are both top-notch performers in the ring. And that is our list, top 10 WWE storylines that should happen in 2016. Hashtag skirmish with JK Calloway. Thanks guys very much, I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, share. Also, make sure you subscribe like crazy. Go over to Twitter, I am at JK_Calloway. We run Twitter games every single week from a number of different accounts. Check it out, and if you haven't yet, download the hashtag Roundup app. It kind of consolidates all the hashtag games on Twitter. It's outstanding. I appreciate it. We will talk to you guys very soon. See ya!